Today, we're at Woodman's Grocery Store in Appleton, Wisconsin, where I'm going to show you how to make the best choices you can while grocery shopping. In your workbook, you'll also find a menu planning and grocery guide to make your trip to the store more organized and productive. The best diet will include eating the rainbow. This means including every color of fruit and vegetable available into your diet to get the best range of vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and nutrients. In the past, we spoke about the cleanest produce available versus varieties that are known for being high in pesticides. The Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 list that you've heard me talk about in Class 13 is published by the Environmental Working Group, and an updated version can be found on their website. You may also refer to Class number 13 about organic foods. I think it's a good idea to consult this list when buying organic when any fruit or vegetable falls on the Dirty Dozen list. Next, let's move on to the bread section. My favorite brand of bread is Angelic Bakehouse. This is a line of sprouted flour products, which has a higher nutrient level than typical breads. It also offers a mixture of grains, not just wheat. Choosing alternative breads than just wheat is a good idea, but no matter what grain you choose, make sure that it's 100% whole grain. As we've talked about before, watch out for the words enriched, bleached, refined, or processed in the ingredient list. These would indicate that the grains are not whole. Other words to avoid are hydrogenated, trans fats, or high fructose corn syrup on your labels. Yes, we are stopping in the chocolate aisle. Having 2 ounces of dark chocolate every day is actually good for you. Make sure, however, that you're choosing 70% or higher cocoa or cacao content, as this will have the lowest sugar added and the most antioxidants. Pairing dark chocolate with berries improves our absorption of antioxidants from both. Baking with dark chocolate, whole grains, and natural sweeteners can be a more satisfying and much better for you option than packaged and processed bakery items. When shopping for cereals, try to stay under 7 grams of sugar per serving. This can be difficult. Consider replacing sugary cold cereals with warm oatmeal. Adding berries, nuts, flax seeds, or chia seeds makes for an incredibly satisfying and healthy breakfast. I love to use green tea and detox tea every day. You can look at the tea section as your medicine cabinet. There are so many great ones to choose from. Let's move on to the natural and organic food aisle. Please note that this area is less likely to have genetically modified foods, refined sugars, trans fats, or overly processed foods, and the overall quality of the food tends to be better. That does not mean, however, that everything in this section is healthy. Let's take a closer look. Next, we come to milk alternatives. My favorite is unsweetened vanilla almond milk. However, experiment with rice, hemp, coconut, or others. I tend to stay away from soy milk. Make sure that you use unsweetened varieties, as the others have lots of sugar. As with all ingredients lists, the fewer ingredients, the better. Next, let's talk about healthy snacks. My favorite brand of tortilla chips is Garden of Eatin'. These only have a few ingredients and have not been genetically modified. Most salsas, guacamole, hummus, and bean dips can be much healthier versions than other chips and dips. Other healthy snacks include raw nuts, air-popped organic popcorn, and whole grain spelt pretzels. Again, eat these types of snacks sparingly. Try any and all types of whole grains, sprouted grains, and seeds. This includes brown and wild rice, quinoa, millet, kasha, and many, many more. There are lots of beans to try as well. Most packaged beans have recipes right on the back of the package that are great to try. For oils, I usually stick to olive oil, coconut oil, or nut and seed oils. I personally love coconut oil and use it for baking, putting on toast, and as an all-over moisturizer for my face and body. Definitely go for the organic, unrefined, and pure version of this item. As far as natural sweeteners go, there are a lot of options to choose from and to experiment with. Remember, while these are much better options than refined table sugar, they're still sugar and need to be used in moderation. When buying pasta, experiment with whole grain varieties. They make quinoa, brown rice, sprouted wheatgrass, and spelt noodles, just to name a few. Try these in place of regular or wheat noodles. When choosing pasta sauce, again, watch for the lowest grams of sugar, as this can vary greatly. For the most part, the only items that I buy from the frozen food section are veggies and fruits. Even though there are many so-called healthy meals in the frozen section, they tend to be highly processed. Buy the best eggs that you can find. Eggs are relatively cheap even if you do buy organic. I prefer eggs that state humanely treated. This indicates a healthier bird that had a normal, natural life. Even if you're not an animal lover, you probably want to be eating from the healthiest animals available to you. Chickens in particular can be treated very poorly. Sick, diseased animals do not produce healthy eggs or meat. In my opinion, if you choose to consume dairy at all, it's very important to choose organic. There are already so many hormones in milk because dairy cows are either pregnant or have recently given birth. Added growth hormones are not good to consume, and the animals themselves are fed antibiotics and often given more hormones to raise their production of milk. Dairy can be a very controversial subject, but I feel that the more natural you choose, the better. If you buy flavored yogurt, it often has tons of added sugar. One serving can have as much sugar as we should be getting in a whole day. Buy regular Greek yogurt and flavor it with berries, nuts, granola, and just a bit of natural sweetener. Greek yogurt has tons of protein and makes for a yummy breakfast, snack, or a dessert alternative. When shopping for meat, poultry should not have been given any antibiotics and should have been fed a vegetarian diet. Cattle should be grass-fed, not grain-fed, as their stomachs were not designed to digest grains. Avoid processed and cured meats such as bacon, lunch meat, hot dogs, sausage, or pepperoni. Oftentimes, these contain nitrites or nitrates, which are preservatives that have been closely linked to many forms of cancer. As you've heard me say before, I highly recommend finding local meat farmers who treat their animals well, feed them healthy and natural food, and who allow their animals to spend time in the outdoors before they end up on the plate. Happy, healthy animals make the healthiest meat.